How many intelligent people does humanity really need? At first glance, the answer seems obvious. The more, the better. But let us pause and look at the question from another angle. What is the minimum number of intelligent people humanity needs to survive? A few centuries ago, this question would have been much easier to answer. Back then, people possessed a wide range of survival skills. A blacksmith could build tools, a farmer could grow food, and communities were small enough that knowledge was shared and passed down naturally. Replacing one skilled person with another was rarely catastrophic. Humanity, in that sense, was more resilient. Today, however, our survival depends on vast and fragile systems, electricity grids, transportation networks, data centers, and global logistics. These systems require specialists who deeply understand how they function. As Albert Einstein once said, "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them." And yet, as we hand over more of these systems to artificial intelligence, we face a paradox. By reducing the number of humans who truly understand how things work, we increase our vulnerability if those systems fail. What happens when a critical AI system collapses and there are no longer enough engineers, mechanics, or analysts capable of repairing it? The fewer competent minds we maintain, the greater the risk that a single chain reaction of errors could destabilize society. Thus, one of the defining challenges of our time is how to preserve human expertise while integrating artificial intelligence. This is not merely a technical question, it is a civilizational one. How do we sustain the motivation for learning, mastery, and deep understanding when machines can do almost everything faster and more efficiently? The question of governance. The next question is more political. How many intelligent people should exist within a society that is not directly involved in governing it? In today's world, a struggle for global dominance unfolds primarily between two powers, the United States and China. Their political elites, driven by the fear of losing control due to the rapid advance of artificial intelligence elsewhere, attempt to secure loyal populations. They face a choice: invest in education, critical thinking, and shared governments, a long, complex, and uncertain path, or suppress dissent, restrict freedoms, and centralize power, a much faster, though ultimately self-destructive route. Unfortunately, many leaders choose the latter. This short-term preservation of control erodes a nation's intellectual potential. As the philosopher John Stuart Mill warned, a state which dwarfs its men in order that they may be more docile instruments in its hands, even for beneficial purposes, will find that with small men, no great thing can really be accomplished. When citizens are deprived of the ability or motivation to think about their country's long-term survival, they begin to focus solely on personal and professional survival. They cease to imagine, plan, or innovate on behalf of the whole. Over time, this leads to the decay of national consciousness, and with it, the capacity for progress. The decline of reflection. Yet despite this trend, within every population there remain individuals who can think independently and critically, those capable of reimagining how governance and society might function. But here lies the real problem. Even if such people exist, how many will others actually follow? When individuals lose faith in their ability to influence change, they stop developing the mental habits that allow them to analyze and respond to social challenges. This apathy creates a dangerous feedback loop. The fewer people who think critically, the fewer models of thoughtful citizenship remain. As Bertrand Russell once noted, the whole problem with the world is that fools and fanatics are always so certain of themselves, and wiser people so full of doubts. And when the wise fall silent, the confident but shallow voices fill the void. Modern comfort contributes to this intellectual stagnation. As long as basic needs are met, food, shelter, and entertainment, the incentive to question, invent, or resist weakens. But the moment these comforts are threatened by economic collapse, conflict, or environmental crisis, only a small fraction of humanity will possess the skills and clarity to respond effectively. The coming challenge. The issues discussed so far are internal problems. They concern humanity's own structure, choices, and priorities. But external challenges are also waiting for us. Beyond our political and social conflicts, like cosmic problems, those that may come from beyond Earth itself. Asteroid impacts, solar flares, or even long-term changes in the planet's climate and orbit are not science fiction. They are realities of our universe. If humanity is to face such events, it will need not billions of consumers, but thousands, perhaps millions of capable minds, thinkers, engineers, scientists, and leaders with vision and moral courage. As Carl Sagan reminded us, we are a way for the cosmos to know itself. If that way closes, if we allow intelligence to become concentrated in too few hands or replaced entirely by indifferent algorithms, we risk losing not just our civilization, but our cosmic purpose. So how many intelligent people does humanity need? Not all of us must be geniuses, but every society needs enough curious, critical, and compassionate minds to preserve civilization's continuity. Artificial intelligence can replicate knowledge, but not wisdom. It can simulate reason, but not responsibility. It can optimize systems, but it cannot replace the ethical and emotional depth that keeps those systems serving human life. The ultimate danger is not that AI will outthink us, but that we will stop thinking for ourselves. And if that happens, no number of intelligent machines will save us. As George Orwell warned, in a time of deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. Perhaps the true measure of our future will be how many of us still choose to speak that truth, to question, to reflect, and to think, before it's too late.